My mate Frank from Wollongong retired 3 years ago. Got the age pension, thought that was it. Pension hits the account every fortnight, done. Then his daughter dragged him to see a financial advisor. Free one, through Centrelink's financial information service. 1 hour. They found 4 benefits Frank had never applied for. He walked out of that office with an extra $4,700 a year in savings and concessions he didn't know existed.
$4,000. For 3 years, he just left it sitting there. Frank's not unusual. 1 in 4 Australian retirees is missing out on at least one government benefit they're entitled to. Some of them are missing 3 or 4. Today, I'm going through 7 benefits that most retirees either don't know about, don't think they qualify for, or just never got around to claiming. Added up, they're worth up to $12,000 a year, and every single one of them is published on the Services Australia website right now. Number 1. The Pensioner Concession Card. Now, most of you watching this already know about the concession card, but here's what a lot of people miss. You don't need the full pension to get it. If you receive even $1 of age pension per fortnight, you automatically get the Pensioner Concession Card. My neighbour Gail had assets of $710,000. She assumed she was over the limit and never applied. But the cut-off for a single homeowner is $722,000 as at March 2026. Gail was $12,000 under. She qualified for a small part pension, about $36 a fortnight. Not life-changing money, but the concession card that came with it, that's where the real value sits. Cheaper PBS prescriptions, $7.70 per script instead of $31.60. That's a saving of $23.90 per prescription. If you fill 2 scripts a month, that's $574 a year just on medication. Bulk billing incentives for GP visits, cheaper ambulance cover in some states, council rate reductions, water bill concessions, energy bill concessions. Add it up, and the concession card alone can be worth $2,000 to $4,000 a year, depending on your state and how many prescriptions you need. And here's the number most people don't know. The PBS safety net threshold for concession card holders is $262.80 per year. Once you hit that in co-payments, every script after that is free for the rest of the calendar year. Without the card, the safety net is $1,637.40. The card is worth more than the pension itself for people near the cutoff. If you're anywhere under $722,000 in assessable assets, check your eligibility. Even a tiny pension unlocks the card. Number 2, the Commonwealth Seniors Health Card. This one's for the other side, people who don't qualify for the age pension at all, self-funded retirees. And here's the thing that shocks most people. This card has no assets test. None. You could have $2 million in super. Doesn't matter. The only test is an income test. For singles, your adjusted taxable income needs to be under about $95,000 to $101,000 per year. For couples, it's higher. These limits get indexed, so check the current figure on Services Australia. Now here's the trick. If you're over 60 and drawing income from an account-based pension in your super, that money is tax-free. It doesn't count as taxable income. So a self-funded retiree pulling $70,000 a year from super could have a taxable income of close to zero, easily under the threshold. My wife's cousin, Doug, retired at 67 with $1.3 million in super. Never applied for anything. He thought he was too wealthy for any government support. His daughter showed him the CSHC rules. He applied online, got approved in 2 weeks. Doug now gets cheaper PBS prescriptions, a $200 seniors energy rebate in New South Wales each year, and bulk billing incentives. He estimates he's saving about $1,500 a year on money he'd been throwing away for 5 years because he assumed he didn't qualify. About 1 in 3 eligible retirees has never applied for this card. If you're above the pension cutoff, Go to Services Australia's website and check. It takes about 20 minutes.
Number 3. The work bonus. This is the one Centrelink themselves call the benefit most people don't know about. If you're on the age pension and you do any paid work, casual, part-time, seasonal, whatever, the first $300 of your employment income each fortnight is completely excluded from the income test. Centrelink doesn't count it. Your pension stays the same.
But here's where it gets really good. If you're not working, that $300 allowance doesn't disappear. It banks up. Every fortnight, $300 is credited to your work bonus income bank, up to a maximum of $11,800. And when you first claim the pension from January 2024 onwards, you start with a $4,000 balance already in the bank. So let's say you've been on the pension for a year, haven't done any paid work. Your work bonus bank is sitting at $11,800, the maximum. Your grandson asks you to help at his landscaping business for 6 weeks over summer. You earn $8,000.
Without the work bonus, that $8,000 would reduce your pension. With the work bonus, the first $11,800 of employment income is shielded. Your $8,000 is fully covered. Your pension doesn't drop by a single cent. A bloke I know, Terry from the Central Coast, does casual exam marking for the local uni twice a year, earns about $3,000 each time. His work bonus bank covers the whole lot. He's earning $6,000 a year on top of his pension, and his pension hasn't changed.
One caveat, the work bonus only applies to employment income, not investment income, not rental income, not self-managed super fund earnings. It has to be wages from an employer or income from self-employment through personal exertion. Number 4, rent assistance. If you're a renter and you receive the age pension, you may be entitled to rent assistance on top of your regular pension payment. And a surprising number of retirees who rent don't claim it because they assume the pension is the full payment.
It's not. Rent assistance is an additional payment that's added to your pension if you pay more than a minimum amount in rent. For a single person, the maximum rate is currently around $188 per fortnight. That's roughly $4,900 a year. You can't get it if you live in public housing, or if you own your home, or if your rent is below the minimum threshold. But if you're a private renter paying market rent, this is real money that many pensioners leave on the table.
A woman named Margaret, who I spoke to through the comments on this channel, she was renting a unit in Brisbane for $380 a week on the full pension and had never applied for rent assistance. She assumed it was only for people on JobSeeker. It's not. She now gets an extra $170 per fortnight. That's $4,420 a year she wasn't claiming for 2 years. If you rent and you're on the pension, call Centrelink and ask if rent assistance has been included in your payment. Sometimes it is, sometimes it isn't. Don't assume.
Number 5. The utilities allowance and energy supplement.
These are 2 separate payments that get lumped together and are easy to miss. The energy supplement is paid automatically to most pensioners, about $14.10 per fortnight for singles. You don't need to apply. But here's the catch. If you leave Australia for more than 6 weeks, it stops. If you transferred from another payment to the age pension after 2017, the rules are slightly different. Some people fall through the cracks and don't receive it, even though they're entitled to it.
On top of that, every state and territory has its own energy concessions for concession card holders and CSHC holders. In New South Wales, it's a low-income household rebate of up to $285 per year on your electricity. In Victoria, it's the mains energy concession of 17.5% off your bill. In Queensland, it's the electricity rebate of about $372 per year. These state concessions don't come through Centrelink. You have to apply directly with your energy provider or your state government.
That's why people miss them. Nobody tells them to apply separately. Combined, the federal energy supplement plus your state energy concession can be worth $600 to $1,000 per year. It won't change your life, but $1,000 a year for filling out one form is a decent return on 20 minutes of your time. Number 6. The Seniors Card. This is not a Centrelink benefit. It's a state government card, and it's separate from the Pensioner Concession Card and the Commonwealth Seniors Health Card. Most states issue a seniors card to anyone aged 60 or over. Some states say 65, who works fewer than 20 to 35 hours per week. There's no income test, no assets test. You just have to be old enough and not working full time. The card gives you discounts on public transport. In many states, free or heavily discounted off-peak travel. Discounts at participating businesses. Some states offer discounts on car registration, fishing licences and national park entry. In New South Wales, the Seniors Card gives you a $2.50 flat fare on public transport all day. In Victoria, free off-peak travel on weekends and public holidays. In Queensland, discounted travel on TransLink services. The savings depend on how much you travel on shop, but regular users estimate $500 to $1,500 a year. And you'd be amazed how many people over 65 don't have one. They think it's the same as the concession card. It's not. It's a separate card, separate application through your state government website. Takes 5 minutes. Number 7. The Home Equity Access Scheme. This used to be called the Pension Loan Scheme, and the old name put people off because it sounded dodgy. It's not. It's a government loan at a low interest rate secured against your home. Here's how it works. If you qualify for the age pension, full or part, you can borrow against the equity in your home to top up your income. The government pays you an extra fortnightly amount and the loan accrues against your property. You can repay it at any time or it gets settled when the property's eventually sold. The interest rate is currently 3.95% per annum. That's lower than most commercial reverse mortgages. You can use it to boost your income up to 150% of the maximum pension rate. So a single pensioner on the full pension of $1,200.90 per fortnight could borrow up to an additional $600 per fortnight, roughly $15,600 extra per year. Now, I want to be clear, this is a loan. It's not free money. The interest compounds. Over 10 or 15 years, the debt grows. You're borrowing against your home. But for retirees who are asset rich and income poor, own a $1.2 million house but only have $200,000 in super, this can be a way to access the wealth locked in the home without selling it. It's not for everyone, but it exists, it's government-backed, and most retirees don't know it's an option. 7 benefits. Pensioner Concession Card, Commonwealth Seniors Health Card, Work Bonus, Rent Assistance, Energy Concessions, Seniors Card, Home Equity Access Scheme. If you claimed every single one you're entitled to, the combined value is somewhere between $5,000 and $12,000 per year, depending on your situation, your state, and how many apply to you. The government doesn't knock on your door and hand these to you. Some are automatic, most are not. You have to know they exist, check your eligibility, and apply. If you do one thing after watching this video, go to the Services Australia website and use their Payment Finder tool. It asks you a few questions and tells you every payment and concession you might be eligible for. It's free, it takes 10 minutes. Or better yet, book a free appointment with Centrelink's Financial Information Service. They're not trying to sell you anything, they just tell you what you're entitled to. That's what Frank did, and it was worth $4,700 a year. Don't leave your money on the government's table. They're certainly not leaving any on yours. On The Retired Aussie, I'll see you in the next one.